TV party tonight. TV party tonight. Steve. Finally, just in time for Valentine's Day, what is back on TV?
Walking Dead.
The Walking
Friggin'
Dead.
Walking Dead. Wow.
Wow. Hey, the first 5 minutes. Wow. I mean, did I not just text you right immediately?
You kind of called that whole scenario, too.
I just immediately sent him this text and said, "What an opening! Oh my God!" It was cool. I had to play it, DVR it, play it in reverse. It's even cooler.
What?
I feel that.
So this is going to be all full of spoilers because tonight you've already seen episode 2 of this season. So we're talking about episode 1. We won't spoil episode 2 just in case you just got home late and you got it on your DVR. But wow, so we know Negan's around, and Negan has a good reason to be mad because one of his little bike gangs just got blown away.
I don't know. He might not know what happened. I mean, there's no CSI in the Walking Dead universe.
No, I promise you, somebody was watching. He had somebody keeping an eye on the bike gang to see how it went. Because Negan's kind of a control freak.
I was going to say, that would tie in with the way they do things in the comic.
Yeah, somebody watched that whole thing go down, and they've already reported back to Negan that these cats have got grenade launchers.
Need to get rid of the pesky bike gang? RPG.
All at once, one shot. So I knew when they said they took Daryl around to the back that he was going to subdue and or kill that guy and get to the RPG.
I believe he subdued him with extreme prejudice.
Yes, with extreme prejudice. And I knew he was going to get to the RPG, but there was a little bit of a continuity issue because what was the RPG doing behind the tanker and not in the cab?
You know, sometimes you just have to suspend disbelief.
You do, because that explosion was awesome. And the crispy head laying on the ground. I give him a pass on that just for seeing the crispy head laying on the ground and what was left of a bike gang.
The spark of your evening?
Huh?
Was it the spark of your evening?
That was just the tip of things to come, so to speak, because the whole episode was just brutal. It was easily one of the most brutal episodes of The Walking Dead ever. I'd say top 5 episode of all the episodes.
There's a lot of chomping going on in this one. A lot of people got chomped in this one.
Yeah.
A lot of big people, important people.
So the Horde is in Alexandria, and everyone thinks it's over. Like, what are we going to do? We're dead. Some are trying to survive. Some are ready to give up. And finally, after how many seasons, they figure out that they're slow, and as long as you've got your wits about you and a little bit of dexterity, you can take on an entire horde. And they just run out en masse and group around and they must have killed hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
Well,
and we've joked, if you take Rick, Michonne, and Morgan, that's all you need. You could take out all the zombies left in the world with those 3.
Truth.
But there was some tragic moments.
Some sadness.
Yes, and something that we've been waiting on for a while right out of the comics with Carl.
Oh, Carl. I guess those glasses aren't going to be necessary anymore, buddy.
Well, at least half of
You
them.
have to switch to monocle now.
The jokes have been hilarious. I saw one that's got the meme of Rick Grimes sitting there, and he's like, "I finally got the present you wanted. An iPad, Carl, an iPad."
oh my God!
And then there's one, it's a picture of Carl sitting there, and he goes, "Hey, what happened? I only saw half the show."
Oh.
That's my...
Oh.
So Carl gets his eye shot out, right out of the comics.
Nice.
Yes, which we also...
Pretty brutal, too, because there's no halfway about it. It's just like gone.
Yeah, they did a great job on the special effects on blowing his eye out of his head. And I'm glad I watched The Talking Dead afterwards because my first thought was like, did the bullet go through his skull? I mean, that would be one lucky bullet to not hit anything vital, the hypothalamus, and they're like, no, it grazed the eye socket and blew his eye out. And I'm like, okay, I get that.
Looked
Yes,
pretty gross.
these are the dumb things I think about while I'm watching The Walking Dead. So, Ashley, your favorite scene?
Haha, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you did. It was the part where the guy did the thing with the stuff, and then the zombies did the thing.
Yeah, that one.
I knew. See, I knew you
It was
saw
the scene with the zombies, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, the scene with the zombies and Rick just kill shot and Michonne. That was my favorite.
That was your favorite choppy, stabby.
Stabby, choppy, choppy, yeah.
Yes. It was really hilarious. It's not supposed to be hilarious. It's supposed to be kind of tragic. But they're trying to walk through the herd, masking themselves as zombies. And the little kid, of course, freaks out like we all knew he was going to at the end of last season. And then
I knew he wasn't gonna make it.
just like, bam, he's getting bit by zombies. And you're like, oh, no. Oh, it's going down for reals. And then the mom can't do what she needs to do to save her other son and herself and just let go of the son and go. She stands there because you couldn't do that. You're a parent. She stands there in disbelief and everyone's trying to be quiet and then she starts to get bit and then Rick starts to, no. And I know right then, I know it's supposed to be sad and tragic, but in my mind I'm laughing. He's thinking, I'm never going to get laid in this apocalypse.
Oh my gosh.
Every chick I get close to hooking up with gets ate by zombies.
Ladies, not a good idea to date Rick. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, and
Just
then
saying.
the son tried to go all Clint Eastwood, and then I was really shocked. You know, I thought maybe he would get attacked by a zombie, or Carl would knock the gun out of his hand, or I was waiting on this standoff to be resolved. The last thing I would have expected. Michonne just runs the katana right through his back and ends him. Like, we don't have time for this. If you're going to be an idiot, then I'm out. You're out.
She's always been that way, though.
It's one
She's
thing.
had some slight sensitivity, but
She has become Mama Bear. She is in huge defense, especially of Carl and Judith. And I think that was what she was reacting to right there. Carl is in danger. I'm saving Carl. Maybe she should have reacted a little quicker.
oh my god.
And Carl might still have an eye.
It might be 2020 again.
But can't wait till next show. It's gonna be more gross gore and guts. Now, not just Walking Dead. What else was on?
TV.
Supergirl, X-Files.
I have X-Files DVR'd. I'm not sure what happens.
Uh,
But it was the last one, so... Are we going to have more? I'm ready for more.
I hope there's more because it was fun to relive those moments.
It was great.
The new stories.
It got started off a little slow, but by the second episode, it was going.
And then
Love it.
everybody's talking about the upcoming Flash Supergirl crossover.
Which is a great idea. I think they should cross over all those DC.
Except Arrow. Keep him out of Arrow. Don't make Arrow cheap. Arrow's like my dark...
Why you hating on Arrow?
Arrow's my film noir, like, crime boss kind of stuff. Keep the half
Cross that
shark,
over with
half crocodile
Gotham.
monster people out of it. Huh?
Cross that over with Gotham, then.
That's great. That's fine. Gotham and Arrow, I'm all for that. Although the timelines might be a little off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's TV.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. But don't bring in, like, you
Suspend
know,
disbelief.
Octopus Boy from another dimension into my great Arrow show. Leave that to the Kryptonians and and the Herefors and all that stuff.
Aliens.
It's the silly monstery stuff. I don't want that to interfere with my good series.
Too
gritty
monstery. I don't like that.
drama. No, unless like, bad guys. Bad guys.
What about Penguin and Killer Croc?
Anyway,
They're monstery.
are we gonna see Negan in the next episode?
That's a good question. I wonder if they can manage to hide him until the season finale.
That might be the reveal.
Because that would be a good wheel out for the season finale. It's like, and Negan.
And Negan. Oh, what if he kills Glenn for the season finale? They might be afraid nobody will watch the next season if they do that.
That would be so brutal. If it happens, if it's even a tenth as brutal as it was in the comic book, that would just be...
So, if you haven't read the Walking Dead comics, now we say this every time, but now is definitely the time to come get the trade paperbacks and get caught up, because you're not going to have a clue as to what's about to happen next if you haven't read the comics. And let's just say it's about to get really incredibly awesome.
Or is it?
Nah, the slow drag is over. It's gonna be fast and brutal from now on.
What if he changes it?
No, they're not going to.
I hope not.
He might change it.
No.
We don't know.
What's Negan gonna have him join his garden club?
I don't. Maybe he's all like Martha Stewart or something. I don't.
No, it's gonna be fast and brutal, and you're gonna love it. And that's gonna wrap it up for TV time. Go watch Walking Dead.
I'm trying.
And it's time for comics.
Woo!
Comics.
Comics.
Oh yeah.
On the couch with Joe and Ashley.
Hey.
We're going to talk about the comics.
So who's up first?
I think you should go first.
All right.
You've got the special books.
All right.
The special interest books for Joe.
Well, so I got ringside, as you can see. I got the first 3 issues by Image Comics. Very interesting. It's some wrestling aspect, and then some of it Punisher, oddly enough. Not what I expected.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of vigilante?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was just going to be a straight-up wrestling comic. And then, towards the end of issue 1, spoiler alert, it took a very dark turn, and I really liked it. There's some wrestling talk in there, so
Yeah.
if you're not 100% into wrestling, you might get a little lost, but I think the action speaks for itself, so I definitely recommend it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So the wrestling parts are good, and you feel as a wrestler yourself
Yes.
that it bring them in so that the people at home can see what they look like.
Sorry, guys.
So technically accurate
Yes.
as far as the modern wrestling profession,
It's
and also kind of a cool vigilante story.
yeah, and definitely like the wrestling talk speaks to wrestling fans, and then even if you don't get it, it's there. You kind of guess what they're
Fantastic.
saying. And then, like I said, the action, the art's pretty good.
So there's a ringside from Image Comics. If you're a wrestling fan, check it out. If you're a vigilante fan, check it out.
Yep.
You're
All
a
you
fan of
people
all.
who are sad there's no Punisher right now, boom! There you go. I have a lovely pack dug from the archives, Executioner Song. Some of you remember this when it came out originally. Guess what? We still have original copies. But the important thing is, the cable. Anybody who saw Deadpool, this means a lot to you. You know why. If not, get with the program, people. But this is a full set, and we've only got the one. So you might get down here and get it. You might not. I might take it home myself. I don't know. Something cool. Ashley, what you got?
Oh. I got Batman Arkham Knight.
Nice.
Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman. Who's excited, guys?
Oh
Who's
yeah,
excited?
we all are. Yeah.
Alright.
Who was in this comic?
We have Batgirl, and we have the notorious Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Everybody loves Harley Quinn. Show that to the people at home.
Okay.
Because the
will
art,
do.
quite frankly, is amazing.
Do you see
Look
that
at that.
artwork? Artwork. Yes.
Look at that.
It's getting
As
close.
every Batman title, the art has been great. And I understand the story is also pretty awesome. So if you're an Arkham Knight fan, this is a great new book. It's a #1. Batgirl fan, Harley fan, Bat Universe fan, I think this is your book.
DC fan, check it out. It's a good read.
Anytime you get a #1 and it's got characters you like in it, I highly recommend you pick it up. So that's it for comics. We'll see you next week with even more great stuff.
Toodles.
Oh my, look! There's a cute girl on the couch! I'm gonna go get some pizza! Movie time!
Wow, that was kind of loud, wasn't it?
Just a little bit, just a little.
Well, I was excited because I saw Deadpool like 9,000 times already.
Did you really?
I think I was personally responsible for about 1% of its total gross this weekend.
It was pretty freaking awesome.
It's set R-rated movie record, highest grossing film for an R-rated movie over a weekend.
Maybe
135
more than Star
million.
Wars?
Well, Star Wars wasn't R-rated, so apples and oranges.
Eh.
But still,
Talking about gross here.
I took my fiance to see it.
Y'all fiance?
She was not excited to see Deadpool. She was like, okay, because I love you, we'll go watch another superhero movie. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's Valentine's Day and this is a love story. And she goes, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm telling her, at the end of the movie, she had a little tear right there. She had a little tear. And I was like, gotcha. It was a love story. And she goes, okay, it was a love story. It was kind of cool.
You finally suckered into watching a superhero movie.
Yeah, and Deadpool nonetheless. So, you guys, what did you think?
It was hilarious. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, like
Shoot.
from start to finish, cracking up. Wasn't a dull moment at all.
The opening credits was already
Yeah.
making fun of making movies.
I was,
It was
sitting there
great.
with a big smile on my face. Like, I've never been at a movie where I was watching the opening credits going, I'm laughing and smiling.
I was
going,
Yeah, just like
pointing
the
out.
names. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so great. That's so fantastic.
Was it like Ass Hat Director?
Yeah.
Some old douchebag's film. And then it got to the writers, the real heroes of the movie.
It was fantastic.
And it broke the fourth wall, like,
No one's business.
yeah, like
For real.
there were other walls it was breaking that we didn't even know were there.
They even
The
made a
fourth
joke
wall
about it.
broke
Yeah.
the fourth
In the
wall.
fourth wall,
Yeah,
broke the fourth
Deadpool
wall,
was
yeah.
like breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, yeah, it was so full of fun jokes, but yet had a good story at the same time.
Yeah.
It really did. There was a love story.
And it was very well paced too. It was like you were saying, it was never dull. Like
Yeah.
they took its time and
And
told the story.
When I saw the previews and saw that they were, Colossus was in it, I was like, did the studio panic and think Deadpool can't carry his own movie, that they got to throw in some X-Men just to, help it along? But they really just kind of were bookends.
Yeah.
It was really a Deadpool movie, and they were just kind of there for a little comic relief. And Colossus,
so.
I don't know who this new Colossus guy is, but he is hilarious.
Yeah, I dug him. Perfect.
Yeah. He's like beating...
He's alright.
I don't want to spoil... No, we can spoil it. You guys should have seen it already.
Yeah, it's only been
5 days.
Yeah. Get with the
That's
program,
your fault.
guys.
I could say I'm super happy for Ryan Reynolds. He got to make the movie he's wanted to make for 10 years. And he even made fun of that in the movie. Like right off the bat when he was describing, how did we get here? He was like, well, this would have never happened if I couldn't have got the cooperation of, I won't say his name, but it rhymes with Pulverine.
I think he said it with a more adult-oriented tone, though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Good enough, though.
And then the end credits were perverted and hilarious.
Yes, and then the little reference to a classic movie. I didn't want to spoil. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, with
We
the Ferris
might-
Bueller
Yeah.
reference, I mean
At the
that
end.
was great. And then them acknowledging the sequel and then who's going to be in it was
Right.
freaking awesome.
Yeah, they said, hey, guess what? There's going to be a number 2 and Cable's going to be in it. So, time to dust off your old Cable comics because
Yeah.
they just started going up in value. I think Steve might be talking about some of those in another segment.
bum bum bum.
I like how they made fun of the Green Lantern movie.
Yes.
And then I like when he was packing his bags full of his gear and he throws in a People magazine with his own picture on it.
Yeah,
It said,
sexiest man alive. That was great. I was like,
And he
oh.
referred to himself again, didn't he? Something about somewhere in there he referred to Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
Yeah.
making a joke. It
It's
was
not Ryan Reynolds hot.
yeah, something like that. It was just I'm gonna have to go see it at least 5 more times and then buy the DVD and make it mandatory to watch it once a night. And when my
Yeah.
children are 16, I'll probably let them watch it.
16, yeah, that'd be good.
I will say there are some there's a montage because what's a superhero movie without a montage? But it's not the typical montage, working out and getting buffed up and ready to go. It was all about
it was a workout, but
It's a different kind.
how he and his lady fell in love in
and
the
how
bedroom.
they spent the holidays.
Yes, and how they spent the holidays. Some of that stuff is not good for your health. Just saying. You'll know when you see it what I'm talking about.
oh my god.
There needs to be some public safety announcements.
Yeah.
So, Deadpool, I don't even have to tell you to go see it. If you have anybody who says, I'm not interested, buy their ticket and make them go. Say, look, I'll buy you popcorn, I'll buy you a ticket, go see it. I promise you they'll like it at the end of the movie. This movie's just, it sets a new standard. All the directors in Hollywood that do superhero movies are saying to the producers, I hope you paid attention to how well this did and let us make the movies we want to make instead of giving us the formulas. I saw Gunn doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 immediately pounced on that. Like, look how awesome this did because they just let the guy do the movie he wanted to do. So let me do the movie I want to do.
And this might finally make a Wolverine movie good because now they're looking into a rated R Wolverine.
They were talking about doing a X-Force movie that will be rated R. So,
All right.
and if you've read X-Force comics, they are bloody.
Yeah.
They are not superheroes anymore. They're just straight up assassins. So. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the movie segment because Deadpool. There's another movie out there, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I hear it's good. I'll probably go check it out.
It's okay.
Is there still too much Jane Austen in it? I've tried to read the book. I really have. Sorry, Graham. I know you wrote a great book. And your zombie parts are great, but you left too much Jane Austen in it for me to just get through. I'm just like, oh.
It needs to be a little bit more action, less romance. If I wanted to watch a romance movie, I would go see Deadpool.
It's Jane Austen. You're good. It's just. Anyway, it's still got zombies in it, so there's that. And that'll wrap it for the movie segment. Bye. Events! XCON!
Dun, dun,
Woo!
It's all about XCON.
Woo! So, you might think XCON is a world away, but it is less than 100 days away.
It's like a minute from now.
Yes.
Pretty
So,
much.
first off, you need to get your tickets while they're still a little cheaper.
That would probably be
Steve, where can they get their tickets?
They can go to www.xconworld.com.
Or up here. Or right over her face. So, get those tickets, because it's going to be rad. Every year we try to come up with new and exciting things. This year we have invented, created, birthed Cosplay-mageddon.
Cosplay-mageddon.
Cosplay-mageddon. It's going to be the biggest cosplay contest in the country, cash and prize-wise, and hopefully entry-wise. Hopefully quality of entry-wise. But we didn't slouch. We're going to have over $10,000 cash and prizes for the cosplay contest.
Wait, how much, Robin?
Over $10,000. Not Canadian dollars, not pesos, but American. We're also, to make sure that the judging was legit, we didn't want to bring in other cosplayers and get into that little cliquish, oh, that cosplayer just doesn't like this or doesn't like that. We're bringing in the cast of Face Off. Wow, that was an exciting commercial.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Man, that was so commercially.
I know. Leaves me feeling distracted and
Like,
discombobulated.
I just want to go buy that now.
What if
We
it
must
was-
have all the things.
Yes. Like Ajax. I mean, Francis. Deadpool joke. Sorry, Steve. You have to go see Deadpool. So, anyway, XCon.
Denied.
As we were saying, get your tickets here.
XCon. you should come because it's going to be amazing.
Because Christopher Walken says so.
Wow.
But we have more than just the face-off guys there to judge the costume contest. We got some other celebrities and stars.
Us.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
And a big surprise announcement that we can't announce yet.
Because it's a surprise.
I'm so
And if we
close.
announce, that would be telling.
So close, guys. So close. But I don't want it to be a letdown. But, Francis. So,
Francis.
we're going to have games. We're going to have vendors. If you know any vendors, tell them to go to this website right here.
We do have some tables left.
Get signed up. We have a few left. Artists. We always fill up with artists, with amazing artists. This year, we have another great T-shirt design coming up from a very famous artist. So, I like that we started doing that a few years ago, having famous artists do our T-shirts.
We're
Right?
expecting that, were ya?
What?
She's all surprised and whatnot.
So, let's see. Kids costume contest on Saturday. Always a huge hit. So, parents, get your kids' costumes ready. Kids, bug your
And that's
parents.
not even part of the main costume contest.
No, and
That's
kids.
an additional costume contest.
And those kids always walk away with mad loot at the end of that show.
Very jealous.
We always give away thousands of comic books to kids on Saturday morning. We always give them swords and knives and hand grenades. No, I'm just kidding. They get comic books. We always have a good kids track area that's got bouncy houses and lots of other fun things for kids to do.
Stuff.
And I hear there's
Things.
going to be a new thing going on in the kids track area this year.
Qua?
Oh, stay tuned for that.
Do we have Ann Petting Zoo?
We have several vendors who want to set up exclusively in the kids track area to provide more free entertainment for the kids.
Oh.
Nice.
So stay tuned for that. And what else, Steve? What do you got going on in your little bag of XCON tricks?
My bag of XCON tricks, I can't tell you that. That's all a surprise. That would be telling.
Well, if you go to this website right here, you'll find a little bit about it, and you can get your tickets in advance
There's
while they're still a little
things
cheaper.
that you can see, and check our Facebook page too, because there's impressive things coming on there as well.
Yes, and Steve is working on an XCON rap, so we're going to probably get him on the main stage rapping that at some point.
That would be fantastic.
By the way, this is news to Steve.
I fear lives will be lost.
Ashley will be backup singing for you. It'll be all right.
Word.
Yep. She said she was an excellent singer, so we'll see.
Lies.
Ashley is in charge of the X Girls, so if you see a bunch of cute girls volunteering and they're not doing what they're supposed to, just get Ashley and she'll whip them into shape
Right.
for you.
Um,
All right,
She's
one
on it.
last time.
She's on that
Hit this website right here.
website.
Get your tickets. Tell all your friends. Share all of our funny Facebook posts. Get the word out. We want to have 10,000 people at XCON this year
It's going to be amazing.
to raise a bunch of money for the Boys and Girls Club because it's a good cause.
Which is also going to be amazing.
Very amazing. And stay tuned for more big XCON announcements and surprises.